Welcome everybody to the Red G Fox channel. I am Danny. We are back temporarily. We'll still do it, not as much as we were every week, but we are back to doing our season reviews, episode breakdown. We left off with season 3 where Red Fox, Fred Sanford, was still in St. Louis. They didn't know what was going on with the whole contract dispute, and they actually filmed 3 different episodes with Grady before Red Fox returned. So Fred is back. That's how it starts season 4, episode 1, and that is the surprise party. So let's go through a quick breakdown of it. It's season 4, episode 1. We talked about that. September 13th, 1974 is when it debuted, and the rating, IMDb. I always want to call it BD. I can never get it right. But IMDb, they gave it 7.7 out of 10. And so we know, hey, 7.7 is solid. I think it is. This is not an episode I run to if I go, hey, I need a big laugh right now. I got at least a dozen or 20. I would take over this. But that being said, when you do watch it, it feels like a Fred Sanford roast of the rest of the cast.
Yippee, yippee, yay, yay. Look who got out of jail today. Favorite lady out of the fairy tale.
Well,
Beauty and the Beast.
And it's an outstanding episode. So I think 7.7. Usually we have higher, lower. I think this is perfect. I think the story is not good enough to give it an 8. You know, it's not a big money grip. It's not Legal Eagle. It's not Super Flyer. But the comedy in it and the fact that we get a full favorite cast. Unfortunately, no more Leroy and Skillet. They're season 3. From this point on, we don't see them. But in this, I think we get some really good comedy scenes with Esther. And that's the whole thing is, let's get to the summary right now. So, great score for it, 7.7. In this, we know Fred's back. And when he comes back, right off the bat, we see everyone in them. They're getting prepared for his return. And it's so comical because you got his friends, Bubba and Grady. And then, of course, Lamont is there. But then and then Donna. But Esther, if I'm throwing a surprise party for Fred coming back, this lady is the last one on my guest list. And then even Rollo's there. Now, Rollo's always got to be there because he and Lamont are best buds. You got to have his friend there. And we'll get to the chemistry between Fred and Rollo. They have a great scene with them when he does return. And when you actually look at the jokes, it is a zinger after zinger after zinger. Let's look at a few right now.
What it is, Pops? That's your mama what it is. You want some more? Do you? All right, bim, bam, boom. Somebody get this nigga out of my house.
That's all you get, especially the first half of this episode when he returns home. But yeah, great lines in there. We'll get a few more as we go through. Now, let's get to the fun facts. Right away, we're not even going to do a cut scene. Fun facts right here. Red Fox had been gone, as we talked about earlier. He had been gone on a contract dispute. He wanted more money, and I still never feel he got what he just deserved, him and Damon Wilson. But he did come to an agreement. He got what he wanted. He came back. Like I said, they filmed 3 episodes with Grady. The episodes were Grady's extra security check. Remember, with we get Otis Little John. The other one was Fred's Treasure Garden. We know that one as well. And then there was one more. I can't remember which one it was. But we get 3 more. They sprinkle them out throughout the season. They were going to actually start the year with them, but because he returned, they did do that. Now, if you are a fan of what's happening and diehard Sanford son, you're going to notice something. There is a sign up above, as you see right here, where it says, you know, welcome back, Fred, and he comes home. That's not the first time they put a sign there, and this might be like a who cares. This is still a pretty cool fact. They do this 3 times in show history. We do this one. They do, what are the other episodes we got? We see welcome home, Fred. Another one where it says his sister comes by. And you can see that one right here, where even Rodney's like, I love you, you're so funny, sis and broth.
Francis said you were funny, but you're hysterical. Sis and broth. That's funny.
And it's supposed to be bruh, as Fred corrected Lamont earlier when they saw that sign. And there's also the other time, the episode, Choo Choo Berenovitz, whatever, when he's trying to break the record, all-time staying awake. There's a sign up there congratulating him, and he's right about to break it, and that stupid British guy ruins the whole thing, the guy from Wonka. So, the copper thief. So those are the 3 times it was in there. That's it on there. That is it for the fun facts. Oh, no, wait, one more. I apologize. Also, when they go into the bar, and we'll cover more in the bar scene, when he goes in that bar, that window you see right there, that is the exact same paint job, and it looks identical to the one that Lamont got for his dad when he when he got the anniversary ring, where they thought he was the tiptoe burglar, and then he breaks the window at the end throwing the fake Jackie baseball. right here. He fakes and throws that at Rollo out the window. The exact same. I mean, the windows almost look identical, the paint job design on it. So you can see whoever does these, obviously they do it all the time for the same thing on the show. Just more background stuff if you're paying attention. Let's get to familiar faces. We only got one.
Wait a minute. May I ask you a personal question? Who are you?
All right, today familiar faces. It is the bartender, right? I really wish they would have. We'll get to that. I don't want to get to it too much. The bartender, his name is Fuddle Bagley. Yeah, Fuddle. That's a pretty cool name. Fuddle Bagley. He is Jesse, the bartender in this. He also, he passed away in 2018. So he was just with us not that long ago at the age of 86. He didn't have a huge career. In fact, his last movie he ever did was in 1985 called The Fairy Tale Theater. He appeared in 25 different movies and shows. And he was also in another episode of Sanford and Son in season, I want to say 6. I believe it was 6. It could be 5, but I'm going to say it's 6, where he's got Fred has the hearing problem right there, where it's called A Matter of Silence. His name is Dr. Fuddle, his actual real name in that. He was also in That's My Mama, Policewoman. We know that appeared Friday nights after Sanford and Son, Policewoman. 2 episodes of Starsky and Hutch. And he even went on to go in another time with Damon Wilson in Baby I'm Back, a show we've covered on the past on this channel. So that is it with our familiar faces. All right, we talked about Fred. He's home. You see everybody getting everything prepped. They're excited to welcome him back, as most would. Fred comes in, and the fact that we have Esther there, we know Esther's there for us, the audience, because there's no way Fred wants her there. But man, the jokes they get off back and forth, the 2 biggest rivals, you got to have them, especially when Red Fox has been gone since last season. So you had this huge runoff where you were like, we haven't seen Fred. We have not seen Fred. When he comes here, we are going to get all the ammo we can between him and Esther to get this show kickstarted. Not that the show dipped. Grady and Lamont did a great job carrying the show. But let's look at some of the chemistry between these two.
My 2 favorite ladies out of the fairy tale.
Well,
Beauty and the Beast.
why wouldn't I want to drink?
Because you are a drink. A zombie.
Oh my gosh. Seeing them go back and forth is outstanding. And another fact too, if you pay attention, watch this. Donna and, remember, later on in the show, we know Donna and Esther become friends. They get along better. But right here, they still don't. So as of season 4, they get a lot of arguments back and forth, clowning on each other. But Rollo and Fred, if you know me personally on the channel, you know I absolutely love when those two are together. They were friends in real life. We saw them again in Sanford. We saw them in his the Red Fox show in like 1985, where he was one of the guys who owned a restaurant next door to him. They have amazing chemistry together. And the fact that they get a couple good jokes where he's like, you know, one of the few times he says the N-word, there's a handful of time in series history, but he gets that off on Rollo. And it's so funny. Everything he says, you know, when he starts clowning him about how he got out of jail, you can even see Donna. Look right here. You can see Donna and you can see Esther. That's Esther. That's LaWanda Page's real laugh, because we've seen it other times. And it's so refreshing to see everyone on set having such a great and amazing time that even when it's like, you know, Esther, normally her personality wouldn't laugh at that. She's laughing. Donna's laughing. Nathaniel Taylor, Rollo, he's laughing. And it's just basically like they said, like Fred's got a ripcord, lawnmower. They pull it and they say, you go off. And he does go off. And that's one of the things I really like about, that is the best thing about the episode. But let's look at a clip right here between Rollo and Fred.
All right, bim, bam, boom. Somebody get this nigga out of my
Man, it's great. It's so nice. Like you said, we see it now on DVD or on stream, so we can pick up any episode. But think of being in the 70s right there, where you might see the reruns in the off season once a week on Friday, and you haven't seen Fred other than maybe not even then. Leading up to this, you might have saw the Grady reruns. It's nice. It's nice to see them back together, and the fact that we know that watching this, it does add a little bit of extra joy to it. But as they go sit back down, and Nathaniel Taylor, which is crazy, we know him and off camera, him and Damon Wilson, not hate, they just didn't get along. Damon, I guess, made it hard for him, according to Nathaniel Taylor. You always have two sides of the coin. But he said when Red wasn't there, it wasn't the funnest to film. He said when Red was on set, it was a blast to film, and you could see it with everybody in this. Damon, look at right here. Damon's laughing, Bubba's laughing, Esther's, everybody's laughing, and they're just letting it have a good time. It's a great welcome back episode. And as far as the plot, it's simple. In this one, Grady overhears Fred's back, and Lamont says, look, man, you know, I appreciate you being here. I'm so happy you're home. And he's like, you don't need me. You got Grady. And he's like, nah, man, Grady can't do it like you. And Grady overhears it. The classic sitcom, right? He overhears it. He goes up to his room. Then Lamont has to now set Grady straight because Grady's so mad. He starts crying. And we just saw how great Grady did. Heck, nobody but Grady knows that he saved Lamont's life from JoJo Jackson. So Grady did a lot more than Lamont gives him credit for. But he goes out there and then he has to comfort him. And then Fred comes downstairs to get his hat and he overhears it. It's just and then he stretches, hey man, I got to make my pop feel like he's important. And at least we see the camera that Lamont is like talking to God. And he's like, oh, just a little lie. So we know that he is most likely lying to Grady, but not to his pop. He did want his pop back and he was very excited. But Fred, it's a huge, he doesn't understand now. He goes, and now we get the bar, and I really like the bar. I wish we would have gotten it almost like All in the Family, where Archie would sometimes be at the bar. Something where you get, as much as I love the junk shop, and trust me, if I can go anywhere, I would love to spend a day there hanging out with these guys than anywhere else. But it's nice to see them get out for a second, a different element. And the fact that he's in this bar, talking to the bartender, this is kind of probably the place where they go often. You know, I didn't see a pool table, so there's a pool hall, and this is the local bar. But the guy knows Fred. And great interaction between them. We talked about the actor in our familiar faces. But Fred, that I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. Go watch the episode. I'm shortening these to where I'm not going to break down the whole episode. We're just going to talk about the summary of it and why is it so funny. But yeah, when he comes back, before though, they had a few spots where they give gifts. Fred's got gifts for everyone. Let's look for a couple of gifts, or maybe just one very funny gift.
That's just a clear piece of plastic.
No, it ain't. Put up to your face. That's your Halloween mask.
This is just a clear piece of plastic. I love LaWanda Page. The way she acts, she's so like, she even said in real life, LaWanda Page said, I didn't act. I just was playing myself. And you could see it when she even goes like, this is just a clear piece of plastic. She doesn't feel like she's being an actor, someone else. She feels like she's just hanging out with everybody talking. It's so real and believable. Outstanding job. And Fred's got the Halloween. I love that scene. The whole scene there with everything from the bunion pads to Bubba ducking around. Yeah, go give this episode a watch. If you haven't watched it in a while, 100% recommend it. It's not in my top 20, but the comedy is just as good as any top 10. Especially that first 10 minutes of the episode where he's just railing into him. So let me know if you like this new format. Like I said, I'm not going to spend the whole thing. Might as well just go watch the episode. But this is just a refresher, some fun points, and familiar faces, fun facts you might not know. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, great week. Remember, it's December, Christmas outfits. So all month you even see Turbo Man stopping by. It's all about Christmas, and we got more Christmas-themed things coming up, including our last video. Go check that out. And before we go anywhere, let's give a little power to the foxes.
Power to the foxes.
Yay! We got our great foxes. We got Mike Lutton. We got Jim Offit, and we got our new Gray Fox member, Tan D. Thank you, three, very much. And then our other members are down here at the bottom. You always get a shout out or a visual mention right here below. Thank you guys. With members, we got our tournament we're still doing. I've been so backed up not able to get it, but our live show for members only. We'll get to that. You also get all sorts of other perks. Go check it out. From anywhere from 99 cents a month to other perks with the other videos and members only videos. If you enjoy anything like this, go check it out. But thank you guys, everybody. Have a great week. I love December. Such a great month. I actually love Thanksgiving as my favorite holiday, but December's here. I hope you guys comment below if there's anything you love, anything you'd like to see. I'll take requests as well, because I've always got ideas coming out with new things on the show. And if you love history of Sanford & Son, go check out our previous videos. We got a whole bunch of it. Have a great day. Be safe. Peace.